I'm with the shit.
Cheer. It's your boy Smizzy-Teddy.
It's your boy Teddy Rux.
Yeah, still not in the Shed Studio. What are we gonna call this spot? I don't know. We just in the basement.
Hey, Big Tig in the basement, bro.
We're just in the basement
Bro,
until
we Tig's cousins. He let us borrow his basement.
Until the Shed Studio is finished getting done. You dig? And until it gets a little warmer. But yeah, it's With the Shits podcast.
Yeah.
You're tuned in.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. Slowly but surely, we almost hit them double digits.
Shout out to DJ K Dubs for blessing us with his presence last week.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Definitely go check out that episode. That's episode 8. Hey, Mr. DJ, go check that out.
Yeah, appreciate everybody that checked out last week's episode and that's been checking everything else out that we did. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. Teddy on his Facebook Live.
Right, we on the With the
Shits podcast, Instagram Live right now. So, how's the weekend, my brother?
Weekend was good, bro. Didn't do anything. Just real chill, man. Just put my furniture together and shit, and that was really it, man. Like,
did you get the shopping done? I remember you said you was gonna.
I didn't even start that shit, bro. It's funny because I said to myself, because I had to plan to get like, well, you know what it is? I didn't write down what I wanted. You know, I didn't write down what I'm trying to do, so I didn't want to go. I hate going to stores blind.
No, I could dig it.
So I was like, because last year I did that shit and I ended up buying shit that no one really wanted.
I was about to say,
niggas wasn't really, you know what I mean? Niggas were looking at it, the gift like kind of awkwardly, like,
so, of all things.
Of all things, right? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, you know what? Let me go there with a plan. So that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm talking to my brother, actually, like, what his son kind of want. Kind of, like I said, I kind of know what my daughter want.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what mom, dad want, you know what I mean? And see what the lady wants. So, you gotta play it by, you gotta play it like that. So I'm going to have it really, like, make sense of it this time. Like, not bullshit with it, but other than that, weekend was cool, man. Giants, still in the playoff hunt, nigga. Giants is still in. Eagles, huh?
I couldn't even tell you the last time.
Don't tell me, because nothing's happening over there. I'm gonna let you know the Giants are still in. We was the worst team in the NFC East, and we still got a shot to make the goddamn playoffs. Shout out to Saquon Barkley on that 78-yard joint. Let's go Giants, man.
Yeah, go ahead, get your shit off.
I'm gonna get my shit off, man.
Get your shit off.
Thank you, Washington Redskins, for conceding. Hey, yo, War. You know what? You ain't hit me up in a while. What happened? Because when the Redskins was up, you was hitting me up. I'm looking right at the camera. You know I'm talking to you. I ain't gonna say your name on here, but you know I'm talking about. You ain't say shit about the Redskins now, ain't you? How about that? How about Mark Sanchez, nigga? Anyway, enough of that sports talk. I'm not talking about the Knicks at all. But other than that, man, weekend was just regular. That's it, man. How about yours, man?
I didn't do too much. Before I even touch on the weekend, do you have News 12? Do you subscribe to News 12? Do you have the app? So I have the News 12 app, and it's had to be Monday or Tuesday. And I get it, get an alert on my phone, so I go and look at it. And you know what the fuck that shit was?
What?
Offset and Cardi B broke up. You know how fucking mad I was, my nigga?
I saw you post that.
I'm like, yo, why is this newsworthy? I get y'all niggas gotta talk about it, you dig? But why are you sending fucking alerts to my phone?
That's weird that News 12 did that.
News 12, my bro. That shit had me tight, so I'm like,
I don't think Offset ever watched News 12 in his life.
I mean, I get it because I was on News 12 the Bronx and I got the drink from them and Cardi Bronx.
I'll be all right. Yeah, okay.
Cool,
all right, fine, but
don't
still.
send out
news alerts.
Like,
it's Cardi and fucking Offset.
I'm like, yo.
But let me keep it a buck. I shot her DMs immediately.
I'm sure everybody
I know.
did.
Niggas,
I'm sure everybody did.
Because I woke up to the news late, so I know like 98 niggas beat me to it.
That's your people, man. You love Cardi. I forgot.
Love Cardi.
But hell yeah. And then, they said Chris Bell was shooting his shot.
They said, Breezy did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I heard that shit today. It was like, he had his people's, you know what I mean, reach out.
Really?
That's what what platform? I was watching YouTube. You know, I could be bored at work going through the YouTube shit. So I had seen that shit today.
That's hilarious.
Duval had me dying with his tweet.
What'd he say?
Damn. Something about his, life's too short. Yeah, life's too short to just break up with your nigga when he cheats. Hashtag,
you know what?
Take Offset back.
But I respect Duval though, because for a while, I don't think he was the same chick, but he had an open relationship for a dumb long time.
I mean, Tip was like right on. A couple people agreed, a couple people
Hey,
disagreed.
man, you know, it is what it is, yo.
But, yeah, back to the weekend. So, I was out with Dubs, right?
Oh, word?
He did a little private party and shit.
Nice.
It was low key. It was cool. But the funniest shit in the world was he had, I forget what song was on, but it was a Kel song, and Shorty came to the booth and was like, I only have one rule. He was like, what? She was like, no R. Kelly. And I was like, oh. I always hear people say they canceled Kells, but I didn't know niggas really.
In real life?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know they canceled that nigga for real. Like, she came. She came to the booth and was like, I only got one rule. No R. Kelly.
I respect it.
And we're right into something else. Like, you did? Yeah.
What kind of party was it?
It was somebody's birthday, so they had rented out a spot. It was a dope little spot too. It was in the city. Second floor in the hotel was like a little bar restaurant.
Oh, nice.
And then took that spot for a couple hours.
When he held him down?
Yeah, I mean, he did the first half, you know what I'm saying? And then we got up out of there. But, I mean, it was a nice little spot. It was a good look.
That's what's up.
It was a good look, you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And
Shout out to my mans, though.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Dubs once again. And, yeah, besides that, I was just chilling. But we can't end the weekend talk without at least mentioning the whole Kevin Hart bullshit and the apology, and then the past apology, and then the ultimatums to make new apologies. And how did you feel about that shit, my nigga? Do you think he did? I mean, he did what he did, and he's his own nigga. He's going.
I mean, we're gonna segue to a topic from this.
Yeah, we definitely will.
But just on the Kevin Hart shit alone.
Yeah, just on Kev alone. The fact that he said what he said, he apologized before, right, and he didn't feel the need to apologize again.
Right.
And he's like, fuck it, y'all gonna tell me apologize or don't do the show. I'm not gonna do the show.
Right.
So I respected the fact that he was like, I already apologized, so I'm not gonna do it again. I respected that, you know what I mean? But then he apologized after he didn't take the show. So I'm like, if he was gonna apologize after, you should have just took the show. Like,
I see it twofold. I see exactly what you're saying. But it's one of those things where it's like his first reaction was like, nah, fuck that. I already apologized for this before.
Which you did.
And I think when you have time to sit on it, you know what? New people read it. I've offended new people. So let me apologize. Let me apologize to the new folks. Like, yo, if you read these things, if you're a new fan of mine,
that's a way to go about it.
I'm sorry, but I'm still not doing your show because you came at me wrong.
You're talking about apologize,
like,
or don't do
like
the show.
That's
why I respect
you're not getting me apology.
Like, don't.
So that's why I'm cool with it, because he didn't apologize for them or to them. He just let it know, like, yo, I've apologized for these before, but if anybody knew I've offended, you know I'm not that dude. I apologize to y'all, and leave it like that. And don't do. And I'm glad he's not doing that show. Like, I'm glad about that. Like, I'm glad that he stood up on his own. And there's certain people I'm a little offended by. I'm offended by certain, like I'm offended by Ellen, who knows Kevin. You know, he's been in your show 1,000 times. Why you ain't saying nothing?
Actually friends.
Right. Why you ain't back son? You feel me? Like, I'm just weird. And I'm weirded out how fast everyone jumps on it, like, yo, he's just this bad dude. Like, yo, 4 minutes ago, y'all begging him to come to your show.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So you want a bad man on your show? How many shows is calling for OJ to come on their show? None. I'm just saying, like, yo, so you know who your bad guys are.
But see, like that, just why, I mean, and we're gonna touch on a few things, because just that alone had me thinking about so many different things. You know
it brought so many things to light for me. Yeah,
because it's like, fuck Kev, not fuck Kev, I fuck with Kevin.
No, it's not fuck Kev, but it's like I'm not.
We're not even on that.
Right, I'm not worried about Kev. I know you got the situation, but it's a situation about
that instant alone just made me think of so many things. So I have a few things that I want to bounce off of you, and I'm pretty sure you have a few things you want to bounce off of me as well.
Right, so we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna get into.
We're gonna talk about accountability. We with that shit today.
You know what I mean? I'm with the shit.
I'm definitely with the shit. I hope y'all are with the shit. Let's go. We still live.
So, like I said, after watching that whole shit in the way everybody, was jumping down this nigga's throat, it just had me thinking about a bunch of other things. And it's like, so can people change? Is it that shit? Once a thief, always a thief. Mm-hmm. Once a liar. You know what I'm saying? You know those old expressions and those old sayings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We watch people try to change and evolve, but can people actually change? Are you who you are? Mm-hmm. Or if that was a stage or a phase in your life, does that make you, you know what I mean? Does that make you you? Right. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what? I sat on this for a very long time. I texted you immediately. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, I need to talk about this. I look at everything in the segment, right? When we grew up, being gay was just not the norm. We didn't know gay people like that. And we've heard of it. We frowned at it.
Bumped into being. So I tell you, Mom.
But hold on, but we didn't. As a youth, you bumped into gay people when?
Not like that. Like
that's what I'm saying. I'm just
like freshman year of college, my roommate.
But walk with me to the walk with me. Yeah. As our youth, we didn't run into gay people. We heard about it. We teased it. We didn't understand it because it wasn't around. It wasn't around us. People who were kept that to themselves. Mm-hmm. Like it just wasn't in our area. As we got older, I'm gonna say about like 15, 16. You hint, like you kind of knew who was kind of like, hey, this guy's a little funny, but you never really.
I mean, I get what you're saying,
so
but
I'm saying
like,
the progression of it is like, so for Kev to.
That's what I'm saying. We still talking about Kev. Like, why we even got to be talking about
Kev. I'm just talking about in general. So when Kev makes those kind of jokes, or when anyone makes those kind of jokes in that time, that to us wasn't the norm. So it's just him making a joke of a situation we're not used to.
I mean, but that wasn't even a question.
I'm getting to you. But as time progressed and we understood what it was, understand what it is, we understood people were, we all changed about it. Like, we all changed our views on it. Either some of us strongly still hated it, some of us was like, yo, they just people, who cares? But I'm saying, so as time grows...
Why are we talking about them, though?
I'm not talking about them. I'm just making an example. I'm just saying, yes, as time goes on, we do change because we understand more. Like the saying goes, you feel what you don't understand. You didn't understand it. If you don't understand something, you take a step back to it. And then you adapt.
Just tap dancing around the question. Like, so...
I'm not saying that.
So can you change?
Of course you can.
All right. So can I believe you can change too, but you're doing all the dances, so let's dance. So can a goddamn a former racist go on and be a leader? He changed, leader of the people. You know what I mean? Can a
Of course he can.
So people can change. You accept that type of change.
Of course I do.
So then what was all of this timeline? And
but I'm just trying to give a perspective.
It doesn't matter. The perspective is like, can people change?
Of course they can. Anybody can change.
So like, you know what I mean?
Anybody can change.
Now, do we accept people's change? That's the other thing.
Not everybody does. Not everybody does. I mean, I do, but not everybody does accept your change. Especially if your views were so egregious then.
And this is what I'm saying, and that's why I use that example of a racist becoming a leader, because I accept people to change, but I still, you know what I mean? Because I'm still a firm believer in you are who you are, and you don't just become a racist overnight. That's something that's, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you had to work on that. Right. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, for you, no, I wouldn't fuck with you. Like, you know, I'm talking about on some shit like that. You know what I mean? But can I see a former gang member being a counselor or something? Like, I can see that, and I can definitely jack that. You know what I'm saying? So I can see and I can accept change, but I can acknowledge the fact that I can only accept certain change. True. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
You know what I'm saying? But so many people are so naive about, I guess, themselves, you know what I mean? And what they want to...
You never have to accept anything. You never have to accept anything, but...
It's good if you can understand it.
But it's good if you understand it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You definitely don't have to accept it, but it's good. It's some shit that I still don't understand, but I'm not going to knock you for it because I don't understand.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And there's certain shit that I don't want to understand, so I'm super not going to.
And we're definitely in the age of information where we can definitely get information on something and still be like, that's not me. It's not for me.
And we're fucking humans. We're supposed to do that.
Right.
We're not supposed to agree on everything.
Not supposed to agree on everything. And that's,
you know what I mean?
And that's part of the part that kind of like gets me a little peeved off is like, okay, you know, everybody doesn't have to accept. I don't have to accept gay people if I choose not to. Mm-hmm. I have that right. Mm-hmm. I'm not a gay basher.
Exactly. Just don't bash them niggas. Let them rock. Let them rock. Let them rock. But you don't have to fuck with them.
You don't have to fuck with it at all. I have that right to. But it's weird when it feels like when you feel like I don't have that right. Like Like I have to accept. I have to accept.
Yeah, I don't have to.
You don't. No one has to. That's crazy.
I just have to treat you with the same level of respect that I want to be treated with.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with half the shit that I fucking that goes on in my brain. Like you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I don't expect you to.
No.
So don't expect. You know what I mean?
No.
So what?
That shit is just weird to me, though. That shit is weird to me.
It's super weird. You know what I mean? And like I said, at least I know I contradict myself sometimes and I can be a hypocrite, but I can accept that shit and I can point it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Do.
But as well, I think you should be able to know your flaws, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because I know that's not right. Like, if you're going to, but then again, maybe I don't, because you don't have to accept everything in totality, man.
You don't. You really fucking don't.
You know what I mean? I can know you're a bad person. Because I know a lot of bad people, but you know what I'm saying? But you do a lot of good things, and there's a lot of good things that
bad in you, but you do a lot of good. And outweighed it for me.
He rapes, but he saves.
Hey. Yo, when I tell you that's the funniest shit ever. Because you know why? Because he took the walk with you, bro. Like yo. He put black kids through college, and I even heard he bought the stand at Martin Luther King School College. Like he walking with you, then he would go, but he rapes. Yo, when I tell you in tears, yo, Dave, you're a fucking fool for that, man. Bro. But you're right. I mean, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to say nothing else behind that. Yeah, bro. Like that's fucking hilarious. That's awesome.
I mean, that's how life is. You gotta pick and choose.
You do.
You gotta pick and choose, right? So, but I don't think it's fair to, because we all agreed just now that people can change.
Right.
There's certain levels of change and certain levels of change that we'll accept. There's certain, there's levels. I guess I'll stick with the words levels of change. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying a racist can't be converted, because you had to be converted to a racist. You wasn't born a racist. You had to be taught that. Right, so I'm not saying you can't be conditioned and learn and get out of that. I'm just saying I'm not going to fuck with you. That's what I'm saying. And you
have that right not to.
You know what I mean? So
it's that simple.
Because I don't want it to be confused. Like, damn, because I thought I was contradicting myself for a minute, but I really not. Like, I do believe he can change, but of course you can, I'm just not going to fuck with him. Just like, no, because I don't believe fucking child molester can change. I think you're fucking once a child molester, always. So that's why I'm like, because you know we have these saying in these groups and you throw people in these batches. Like, but if you're fucking playing with kids, my nigga, I don't want to hear I only did that once. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's just certain things.
Right.
I don't care how much no, I'm not fucking with you. I don't believe it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask, do you think, let's move from the Kev, right? Let's just say you get hired at a job and like 2 years later they find some tweet you said about something and they use that to fire you. Do you think that should be?
No, I think that's super foul. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna get into that shit too. That I'm glad you brought that shit up. I don't think that's fair. It's a whole
some shit you said 10 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Shit that happened in the past. That's the past. Look at some of these fucking great leaders that we had. The lives they lived before they.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, come on, you can't. Man. And you got to remember, people are fucking. 10 years ago, we were kids, bro. Right. Right. I mean, we were men, but we were kids still. Like, I'm 35 in December. 10 years ago.
Shit you've done.
No, like,
shit you said though.
Said done.
The things you said, bro. That's even crazier. Like,
if you
that's just words, bro. And words do hurt.
Words,
but it's like
though. You can't say it's just words. You know
when you're naive and young.
I don't think it should be held against you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But
I could imagine what kind of tweets I tweeted in like 09.
I didn't tweet. I was gonna fuck with that shit, so I don't gotta worry about none of that.
I can imagine kind of egregious shit I was saying.
I don't think that shit should be determining or
a factor in.
You know what I mean? Affect your current or present movements. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Especially if you were a fucking kid, bro.
Yeah.
If you were a grown ass man and you had sense and da-da-da and you was doing all of this shit. But I can't even say that because people still change as they get older.
I do.
I'm getting older, and as I get older, I'm fucking getting smarter, and I'm changing.
Right.
So, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And this is not even, like, cliche shit, but honestly, I don't even think the same that I did 5 years ago.
I don't either.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
really
people
don't.
say that shit, you hear it, but no, like, really, I don't. I have different views on a whole lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like,
as you grow, you learn, you
like,
change. So,
especially because I didn't understand that. I didn't like gay people at all.
it took me
at all until I worked in corporate America and met them and realized who I hate to say word. I'm not using the word them, but I met someone that was gay,
it was
and I'm
on
like, why did I fear you in the beginning? Like, I don't know what it was.
It was just we didn't fuck with them. That's all it was. It's like we didn't fuck with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always mess with gay females. I just didn't mess with the dudes. Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? You start fucking around and you have a choice because you always have a choice, but you fuck around and you have no choice but to start interacting. And when you do, it's like, oh, these niggas is cool as shit. Right. As long as you don't try me, my nigga. As long as you don't try me, because I had a nigga try me twice. Not the same nigga, but I got tried on 2 different occasions. And it's like, yo, talk to your peoples because I'm not in this scenario by myself. If I'm in this type of scenario, somebody brought me here. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, talk to your peoples, B, because, you know what I'm talking about? And other than that, cool as shit. But am I going to go and put myself in that scenario by myself for no reason? No. Do I personally have, besides females, gay friends? No. Do I have associates? Yes. People when they come to the town and I fuck with them? Yes. No issues, no problems. We're all fucking people, my nigga. We might not be on the same page, but you be who you is, but don't, you know what I mean? Right. Respect me the same way. Like, you understand that's not what type of time I'm on? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you have to be who the fuck you is, but just keep that shit that I'm not with away from me. Yeah. And it was good.
And you have that.
And it took me so long. It took me so long to get like that. Like, back in the back, it was on some, like, niggas have to give me a heads up before I come, or, hey, listen, I got 2 of my friends and you might not want to, you know what I mean? It was like, because I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? And from then to now, totally different thing, totally different person. Like, but I was never bashing niggas. Did I?
Nah, never. Run around I never did all that. Like,
I was no hate crimes or nothing like that. But did we call niggas faggots? Did we joke on niggas and all that?
Nah, I'm not with that shit at all.
Did that shit back in the day, fucking fag.
But see, but we did that, right? And
like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, but you know what I mean? I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't just run around, you know what I'm saying? Unless I really thought that of you. Right. And you know what I'm saying? But I don't even be on that type of time.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So, but that was regular day.
That was regular back in our day, bro. Like, just call someone. And I think, not to think of us insensitive or not, but to us,
nobody was even thinking about insensitive.
Like,
nobody
was just
even on that. Yeah,
just to make a joke. Like,
and that's what it was.
That's what it was.
And time evolved.
And time did evolve, right?
You know what I mean? So you got to evolve with the times, and you got to just understand that people are people, and you got to respect people's feelings, man. You got to respect people as people.
And everybody got to do everybody has to do their thing their way. Like,
yo, you do what you want to do and be who the fuck you are, man.
You are, bro.
You know what I mean? You don't have to, you shouldn't have to turn yourself down for, you know what I mean? Yeah. You shouldn't have to make yourself uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So be who the fuck you are, and if these niggas can't be comfortable around you, don't come around these niggas. And if you know you're not comfortable around these niggas,
don't be around them either.
Stay the fuck.
Yeah.
And that's it. But if you are gonna be around and you're gonna interact, you have to treat niggas with fucking respect. Absolutely. And that's just all it is.
That's for everybody, man.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want. Come on. So I'm not niggas that know me for real, they'll tell you. Some of them will probably be like, oh shit, even hearing me speak like this now. Because no. I mean, when I was working at MCI in Atlanta, and I was about to say, and they had the homo niggas. See, like, I still be thinking like that, and you can't even, and no, you know what I mean? I don't know nothing, because I just had the whole spill, but that's how, and it was bad. For no reason. That's how niggas' brains was. Like, and no, that's not cool. Right. So, I mean.
Right, and we all live involved.
And now, so.
Everybody's involved and change their way of thinking is like.
And that's what we're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to change when people accept it. You know what I mean?
And that's
I tell you, I had that shit. You touched on it already. I had it on the list. I was glad you. That's why we do so good. Like we just, you know what I mean? But
I just feel, what's troublesome to me about the whole thing is like I don't want us to be a society where we are so quick to jump on someone's past and be like, oh, that's who you are.
Damn, you sure you ain't looking about cue cards?
I didn't at all. You know what I mean? Like I didn't at all.
Because no, you're absolutely right, and that's what I was gonna ask you.
I don't want us to be that. I don't want us to be that sensitive, and I don't want us to be insensitive at the same time. But I think we are starting to outweigh the insensitive. Like we're being really fucking sensitive about every fucking thing said, done, seen, heard. Like, yo, fam, everything wasn't meant to be disrespectful, bro. Like everything wasn't meant to hurt your feelings. Like,
hey, bro, I said this shit before in like the previous podcast. Like niggas is just soft nowadays, bro.
Yo, it is nuts to me, bro. And
we used to be able to joke. We used to be able to joke. We used to be able to hurt niggas' feelings and joke.
And walk away from
and it was just a joke.
Yeah, like,
your feelings got hurt.
You got quiet.
Toughen up. Come back out later. Like, you know what I mean?
And the next day you came with the jokes. And you was on
feel
point.
Me? And everybody was still cool. But, like, what the fuck?
Like,
you can't get your feelings hurt no more? Like, you're not allowed to hurt niggas' feelings no more?
Nah, you're not.
I mean, I'm not saying you're supposed to...
But I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
Niggas used to go home with their feelings hurt.
Have you quiet for hours?
You mad because you can't even leave. Because one of these niggas is your ride and they ain't ready to go.
And you gotta be quiet for hours.
Stuck because you got roasted and nigga hit a sore point. Right. And you tight. That's your man, so you ain't even think about scrapping. Like, so you just have to sit there and eat that shit. Feelings hurt. Come back the next day, everybody
called you all kind of name in the book. You know what I mean? Whether you subscribe to the shit he called you or not. Like, come on, and you came back a couple of days later, and you was on top, and you had somebody else quiet,
and you can't.
And that's what it was.
Do that.
You can't do that no more, bro. You can't because people are just sensitive, and everything is taken out of context, and now it's becoming, oh, that's who you really are. Pardon me.
See, and we gonna get into that right now.
Right.
So, like we were saying, judgment. People judging people and holding judgment over past things that you did, like judging books by their cover.
Right.
I'm guilty. I try my best. I try my best nowadays not to do that, but back in the day, I was super guilty of that.
Yeah.
And I learned the hard way, actually, that you miss out on so many different opportunities
that's a fact.
Judging books by the cover.
That's a fact.
9 out of 10 times, you're going to have more things in common with somebody that you think you wouldn't even talk to. Like, you know what I mean? Fact. And you don't be talking to these type of people, so you miss because they're corny or they're the nerd or they're whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, when you actually stop and take time to think about it, it doesn't make any sense. And like, especially for me, I used to be the corny dude. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure to some people, I'm still the corny dude. Like, who knows? Like, I don't know how people judge me or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I honestly don't care. And that's a good and a bad thing because you should care. I mean, you should care to an extent.
I'm like you. I don't care what your view is of me as long as I know that I didn't disrespect you. If I didn't disrespect you, while I was in my presence and I did not disrespect you and you chose to create a view of me, that's cool.
See,
so I'm just gonna keep it.
You know, I don't disrespect niggas.
I don't either. Like I keep it.
But I think like, judgment and shit goes beyond that. Like, you know what I mean? Because everybody has a different. So you could introduce me to 5 different people of your friends, as long as they're not in the same group of friends.
Right.
And everybody will have a different. They will tell me something different about you. They will have a different point of view. They will have a different.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Relationship, all type of different things. You know what I mean? So like, there's really no barometer of how people judge you. So when I say I don't care, I really don't. But I always say, if anybody told you something bad about me, they're lying. So if I say something like that, I kind of do care. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. No, yeah. It's weird to say. We do care. But when I say I don't care, it's like I'm not gonna give that much energy. Like, I'm not gonna give that bad reception of me any much energy. Like, if that's what they think, all right, cool. I'm not gonna dwell like, oh my god, maybe I should change, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do this differently. I'm just not gonna give it too much. I'm not gonna give it too much heat because I feel like that's just something that, if it's not a common denominator, then it's not. It's just that was just how you felt about it. That's how you felt about it. So I can't give like if it's a common denominator. If I hear a lot of people say the same thing,
everybody's saying the same thing. Obviously, you got
to pay a little mind to it. But if it's a one-off,
you can't.
Me and you just in the vibe right, and that's cool.
And that's cool.
Like, but you know what? We didn't touch on this situation much, but did you hear about that dude Kareem Hunt?
Yes.
All right. Did you see the meme? Not the meme, but did you see how Shannon Sharp checked Shorty?
No.
All right. And this is why it all ties into a lot of shit. So, out of her mouth, never played a sport in her life, never really did anything in her life. Her take was, I don't think he should ever get another chance to play football again. So Shannon goes, all right, cool. Keep that same energy for police, for doctors, for lawyers. Keep that same energy. If he can't work no more in his profession, none of them can. She goes, but they're held to a higher standard. Like, what does that mean?
Because he's an athlete.
What does that mean? Like,
and
that's the shit. That's the shit that grinds my gear.
That
bro.
tells you the type of world that we live in, where fucking
the athletes
are held at a
higher standard than our presidents, politicians, police officers, doctors, lawyers. Like, shut up, lady! Like, you sound stupid on TV, bro.
You gotta be mad at her, but you gotta be mad at.
I'm not mad at her, but
you have to be mad.
But the perception
you have to be mad. I'm mad to fuck at her. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad at her to think that's okay. Like,
but that's
okay to say.
But that's the perception for them.
You have to be mad at the whole world.
That the athlete is held higher.
How is that even
that's
a thing?
Nuts. That's nuts. That is crazy to me. So our politicians, people we elect, could do bad shit, but they're like, you know what? We can still elect him. We can still elect him as president. Are you kidding me, bro? But a football player who pushes a girl now, he could never play football ever again. That's just nuts to me. That's just, I mean, where's accountability? Like, who's accountable for anything? You're like, who do we really supposed to look at? Like, am I supposed to look at Kareem Hunt like, yo, Kareem Hunt say, if some major shit happens in the world, I'm gonna call Kareem Hunt?
This one,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not holding him to a higher standard than the fucking president.
I'm not holding you to the highest standard.
Are you kidding me?
My nigga, I'm coming to you for fucking entertainment. That's what I'm coming to you
exactly. That's what you. But that's how they made our entertainers. They made them our models, our idols. That's crazy to me. Insane. That's nuts. No, nigga, that's the mic is full. Tell the story. No, talk, nigga. Talk your shit, nigga, because the shit is. Hey, this whole situation has ground my gear between the Kevin and the Kareem Hunt shit. Like, yo, word, bro. And I think to me,
I said that shit before
this is what my mind said, and I could be out of my rocker, yo. But I think they're hiding behind these organizations to get the black niggas about. The LGBTQs, the hashtag #MeToos. Bill Cosby going to jail. Kevin Hart can't work on the motherfucking Oscars. I'm just saying they're using those organizations to say those knock those down. But I'm thinking like they're hiding behind those organizations to knock our black stars down, bro. That's how I'm seeing it. I might be wrong. And yes, I'm never gonna give Bill Cosby no bail.
No. I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna move on that moment.
I wouldn't say.
Am I out of line?
No, you're not out of line. I wouldn't say they're hiding behind them because they've been doing this shit before all of these things were things.
That's true.
But they're definitely
with pushback.
They're definitely using them.
That's all right. Better word than
you know what I mean.
Well, hiding behind using. Okay.
No, I wouldn't say they're hiding behind because this is not nothing new.
That's true.
You know what I mean.
So they're using those platforms.
This is what's popping right now.
Copy cool.
This is what's popping right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and not to take anything away from what's going on or the movement. You know what I mean, but
not disrespecting anyone.
That's what I'm saying. Not to take nothing away from that, but this is what's popping right now.
Right.
So let's go ahead and get a couple of these niggas up out of here while we can.
Right.
I mean, I could see that. I don't think you're crazy for thinking that. Right. You know what I mean?
Because I mean, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like Weinstein ain't in jail. Leonard ain't in jail. The other dude, Homeboy that had the Fox show, he not in jail, but Cosby in jail.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, so, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
this ain't nothing new.
It's not new at all. But I feel like, damn, bro, like, you're going to use an organization like an LGBTQ and a hashtag Me Too.
How can you be surprised? Why would
I'm not surprised. You're right. I'm not surprised. Right. But it's like, damn, bro, like, those are some real organizations fighting for some real change, bro. And y'all going to use those platforms to get our stars up out, bro? Like, that's just crazy to me, bro.
I mean, it's not crazy to me, because why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they? It's right.
Wouldn't they?
You're absolutely right. Why would they not do such?
But
it just made me think that, like, I'm telling you, just had me sitting there like, damn, bro, like, what Kareem Hunt did was egregious, bro. Don't put your hand on no female. I'm 100% with that. I got a daughter. Any motherfucker think about it, he better get that thought out of his mind.
I never got that shit, because even if you don't got no kids, you got a mom.
Right.
That's what I always. That's what I always.
Right.
That's what I always take it back to, because my niggas will kill for their moms. I know I'm killing the nigga for my moms without even blinking an eye.
It ain't even a question.
You know what I mean?
It ain't a question on earth.
So, like, you got a mom, my nigga. You won't let nobody do that to your mom. And I get it. Oh, that's just a dumb bitch and da-da-da-da. But that's somebody's daughter. That's gonna be somebody's mom. Like, come on, bro.
No.
Different time, different podcast. Right. But, you know what I mean?
So what's on your docket over there?
I mean, it was just really back to what we were talking about before with the judgment. And just,
I don't feel like you should ever be judged.
Well, we all get boxed in, and right. So you hear the quote, "Birds of a feather flock together." Right? How do you feel about that quote? Because
does it have legs?
I'm conflicted with it.
It has legs.
Yeah, I'm conflicted. It
has legs.
I'm super conflicted with that quote, because I can get it. I get it when you say it, but
I'm saying it has legs, bro. Like, it has legs.
So I get it when they say it, but it doesn't apply all the time.
That's true as well.
It doesn't apply
to everything. Because that puts us in a bad state. Because, like, if you see 10 black dudes together, automatically they're doing something to no good. Nah, bro. Like, we come to parties like everybody else come to party. Like, we're not coming to do
you took it even, I guess, one step further, or maybe one step backwards. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Whichever way you want to look at it.
No, what do you mean?
Because when I just say birds of a feather, I just mean, like, if you hang out with a bunch of, you could be a super gangster, but you hang out with a bunch of nerds. Birds of a feather, you're classified as a nerd. Nobody knows you're gangster. They just look at the same thing. So if it's a bunch of thieves, you could be the most upright nigga in the world, but you fuck with robbers. Yeah. Them niggas just happen to like you. That's true. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So
that's how niggas get conspiracy charged.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You hang out with some dope boys and they be like, yo, you a dope boy.
Niggas just fuck with you.
I have a 9 to 5, bro.
I go to school, I do this, I do that.
You don't start telling me what I want to hear.
Yeah. I said it, like, I've been the corny nigga in the crew, and there's more than just one, so it's not like just... You fuck with who you fuck with. Like I said, it be niggas that's on the total opposite realm. Yeah. Who you wind up having the most things in common with. And that's bananas. So that's why I don't really, you know what I mean? I get it when people say it, but that's why I don't really fuck with the whole birds of a feather thing, because you have those 2 or 3 people
who just really don't fit the mold
doing what they're doing. They're just being them, and the fucking dope boys just happen to fuck with them niggas.
Yeah, that's true. No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, absolutely right.
Or it could be the opposite way around, nigga. You just came from slaying mad packs, but you love to play video games when you're super nice.
That's a fact, though.
So you're hanging out with all the nerds, and all the nerd niggas, they know you as a nerd, because they don't know you from
being a dope boy,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, to just box people in and
crazy.
Group, you know what I mean? So,
but that's how else to control, right?
Say it again.
How else to control? You have to box people, right?
You have to.
You have to put them in a certain.
It just makes everything easier. But is that right?
No, of course
it's not right.
No, not right at all.
That's not right. And like,
you know, that's how they do the control, right? Put you in a box. Like, oh, this is what you are.
But not even just they and the control. We do that.
We do it ourselves. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like you'll see, like, oh, so you're part of that clique.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not fucking with you. Oh, you're part of that clique, right? You fucking these, right.
And it's like you gotta do everything,
right? I'm not closed doors to nothing. Like, don't close my door,
like,
yo.
You know what I mean? Or I used to do everything, so I understand.
Right.
Like you dig? So I don't know. So, but that's the whole thing when it comes down to judgment. We're so quick, and I'm guilty as fuck, as we're all, because we're fucking human. Like, and our brains are just trained to work that way. You see something and you just...
It's funny. It's right, because I'm going to shout you out, Samira. Me and Samira started off, I hated her. For no absolute reason.
Why did you hate her?
I'm telling you
for no reason. You just told me. Look.
It was no reason. I for some reason, I felt like I was getting fired. So I felt like they hired her to replace me. And then I had to train her. So I was like, word, bro? Like, so you gonna have me train the motherfucker you gonna replace me with?
Saucy.
So I always had animosity towards her. So then I realized, like, that wasn't the move. That was my own insecurities. Mm-hmm. I tried to be her friend, and she was like, nah.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to play. Like, nah, out of here, nigga. You was just trying to judge me.
You were being a dick to me. Like, when they said
you wasn't even training me right, nigga.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fucking fact. And you know what's funny about it too is because I think she wanted to hit me up one day. Was like, and this is when we first started working. She was like, I wanted to hit you up to hang out with you, but you're just like so much of a dick. I don't want to be around you. I'm like, damn, bro, like, just hit me up anyway. She was like, nah, you're an asshole. And she was right, because I was being an asshole. So that's what I get for judging her and not, you know what I mean, and not being a man about the situation. So I caused my own demise. But, and you know, and as you know, me and her, like, that's my homie for life. That's sis for life. But that's the shit you, you know what I mean? That's the bet I made.
Yeah. And you gotta land it.
Yeah. And that's just, and that, you know, as
the
people,
fact that you can acknowledge that shit and lay in the bed that you made is the reason why she can respect you when the y'all niggas is rocking the way. Yeah, I gotta go see Miss Chin some more. And the way y'all niggas can rock.
Just totally got off the rock.
Nah, I just saw my nails and I was like, yeah, I gotta go see Miss Chin some more.
This bitch nigga's fancy. He's going away to fucking the grill. And nigga got nails.
But I don't just wait
hair done, nails done, everything.
Yeah. I mean, the hair. All right, let's do it. Since he wants to go there. I mean, I know I went on the tangent, but since he wants to go there.
You fancy, huh?
Hair is the only shit that gets fancy. Like, you dig? Nails done. That's on the regular. Like. Yeah. So, we spoke about growth a few times this episode, but and it was so many different topics that came up. And that's cool. Like, I'm not happy with the shit that happened with Kev, but that just sparked
up something, man. It did, man.
A lot of thoughts. So.
And just watching, like, looking at other like other people's takes on it, and it's like, I'm not mad at no one I'm not mad at no one. However they felt about whatever they felt about. The only part that like light bulbs for me was how they felt about Kev now. So I looked at it as like, oh, so you're that type of person that's never made a mistake, never hurt no one's feelings, never say anything wrong. So you're perfect, cool, gotta be cool. I'm not fucking with you because you're not real. You're not a real person to me. Mm-hmm. For everyone, and not for nothing, have your take on it. If you felt the type of way about what he said, you absolutely right.
And you have the
right to feel that way. But I want you to say, I understand it was his past, and I'm not holding him to that. That's what I wanted to hear, and not many people said that shit, and that's what bothered me. But if you do,
see, and here's my other shit.
And that's what bothered me.
I don't know how you can know or not know if someone's sincere.
Right.
You just have to, I guess,
you're gonna have to take their word for it.
At their word.
Yeah.
So if you still decide that that's not good enough for you,
right,
you still have the right for that.
You have the absolute right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. But you really don't hold no weight if that's just the reason why, at least to me.
Right, you hold no real weight.
You know what I mean? At least to me.
No, absolutely.
I'm not trying to discredit you.
I'm not.
If you're like, oh, yeah, he said that, but I think he really still feels that way. You have no way of, he hasn't said or done anything since then to,
so
you know
wait,
what I
so
mean?
one dude said, he was like, I'm cool with his apology, but the only thing that bothers me, gay dude, only thing that bothers me is that he still makes money from that. I guess that's special that he said those words.
So what do you want him to do?
What do you want him to do? What do you mean he still makes money? Like, that's nuts to me, bro. Like, think about it. Think about it. Kevin's done like maybe so many other specials. You think he knows word for word, verbatim, every word he said in these? Yes, he's
pretty sure he does, because that was a really good joke, but...
It's an awesome joke.
When Bernie Mac was talking about his...
It's an awesome joke.
When Bernie Mac was talking about his son, not his son, but you know when he adopted...
His niece and nephew, yeah.
The milk and cookie.
Right. Right. He said some egregious, like...
Nigga dropped the fag word so many times in that shit. He went super ham.
That's crazy. Bernie Mac was still alive. He would be dealing with this shit right now. That's crazy.
He still wouldn't give a fuck.
He wouldn't. That's why I love Bernie, and that's why I love DL. Because those are some dudes that's like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
But especially, let's get back off of this nigga.
Let's get back off of that. But
But growth, period.
People grow, man.
We grow.
People change.
Evolve. We grow, we evolve, we change.
We're in the age of information. Of course, we all change.
This is what we champion. This is what we all want. But do we accept it when we say it's done?
No, I think people be hypocritical on what they accept.
You know what I mean? Because we can grow. We can actually watch people grow.
Of course, man.
But people will still hold what the fuck you did back then.
I know I've grown.
I know I'm not the same person that I was a few years ago. And the thing that bothers me, and I have to get over it, I think it's just some personal shit. The thing that bothers me is when people are surprised at the things that I'm doing. Granted, you know me just for a little bit of time, but I've spit my background to you numerous times. So, but when people tell me they're surprised, I'd rather you tell me that you're happy or you're proud. If you are, if you're not, just don't say nothing. But when you tell me you're surprised, that shit really fucks me up, and maybe I'm thinking too much into it. But why?
Why does it bother me so much?
Because why are you surprised? What, you thought I couldn't do that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how you taking it?
That's how my brain works. Like, why are you surprised? You didn't think that was something that I could do? You're surprised that I'm doing this? Like, because I wear jeans every day, you're surprised that I'm wearing a suit? And that's not something that I get, but that's just an example.
No. Yeah, I get it now.
So it's like, why are you surprised?
I take it twofold, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's me, and maybe I just take things too personal. That's the way
you take it. No.
Maybe I take things too personal.
Because I look at it one of two ways. I can look at it like,
do you think I could?
You think I can't fuck with this?
Do that?
Yeah, and it's other thing
that's why you're surprised.
Oh, I didn't know you like that kind of shit. Like I take it too.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. So maybe I take it too personal. That's what I'm saying. That's a personal thing for me.
But I think you should know your personnel. Who's saying it? Like why? Like why are you saying it? I'm that person. I'm more of that person. Like who said what? Like why? Like why you said that?
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm that person. I need to know who said it.
If you know me, so
it's about who says it to me. More than what said is who said it.
But still, so even if you just met me off the rip and you just met me, like even the day that you just met me, if I did anything that I'm doing now from the time you just met me,
right?
So we met. You said I only said 2-3 words, and then we chopped it up maybe 1 or 2 times from then. The way that I'm living and the way we're moving now, anything that I'm doing surprise you? Honestly.
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
And you don't even fucking know me. We met that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We met that. And we had a vibe. We had an interaction. We're cool as fuck. And nothing. And I wasn't doing any of this shit when you met me.
Right.
None of this shit.
Right.
Except working at the iLab.
Right.
But none of this surprises you. Like, you know what I mean? So when I get the, I'm surprised. Why are you surprised? Like, why?
No, I get it. I'm not against. Like, you know I understand it.
Sometimes I think I take it too personal because, like you said, it could be, I just didn't know you were into that, and it could be that. But like in my brain, it's just like, why are you? And I do have that because I've been the corny nigga for so long, bro. So I do have that fake Napoleon complex. I do think people are always out to get me. I'm horrible at taking compliments. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm that guy, and I hate it. I hate it. I'm that dude. I hate that shit. I'm horrible at taking compliments.
I give my own compliments. That's why I don't need nobody else.
I don't.
I give my own.
I don't pat myself on the back. I hate when niggas. Not that I hate it, because you know what I'm saying. I never want a parade, but I do like to feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying. But I don't take compliments well. Niggas try to be like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always kind of brush it. Like, I've never been good at taking compliments. Right. I don't know why, but.
Yeah, I'll give that awkward thank you, like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Because
I don't mind a compliment, but I'm like,
I don't. This is what I'm saying. I don't, but I don't expect them.
Yeah, I don't expect
award fish for swimming, right? That's what they say. You know what I mean? And I'm like, me personally, I've wasted so much time that I think everything that I'm doing right now, I'm supposed to be doing. Because you know what I'm saying? Because all the, you feel what I'm saying? So that's just,
yeah.
So it's just like, that's why, at least for me, that's why it's so hard for me to take a compliment. Because like, nah, I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
So,
I totally understand.
But
I get it. I'm rolling with it.
That's my whole thing with growth. How do people really accept it? People say they want you to grow. You know what I mean? And then when you do grow, you get the people who's this, oh, he changed. And, oh, this nigga don't come around no more. And this and that. But we're all supposed to grow, evolve. And, you know what I'm saying? If we all grow, evolve, and change, we're not supposed to still be doing the same thing that we were doing.
But you know what? Right.
You know what I mean? So how does growth affect you? I could talk about me all day, as you can see, but how does your growth? Because you've grown and changed even since I've known you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? To me, I'm more of the type of person like, and my brother hates it. I just don't give a fuck about a lot of shit. Like, I just don't have the time to give a fuck. So if I don't give a fuck about it, it goes to the back burner. All the shit that I give a fuck about plays more.
Okay.
So that's how I've changed more. It's just like, yo, if I don't have it, if it doesn't give me anything, or if I can't give nothing to it and it gives me nothing, it's a waste. Move it on. Like, just keep it moving. So that's how I change certain things. Like, you know what? I've been wasting too much time on this. This makes no sense. It's giving me nothing, and I'm giving it nothing. Let that go. And it's hard to let go of certain things that you think that you know.
Especially if you
holding for too long. But you know what? I've come to this level right now where, like, go ahead, bro. Like, if I didn't think about it, I didn't want it, or I didn't need it. If it didn't affect it doesn't affect the immediate time.
I mean, how long did it take for you to get like that, or have you always been like that?
I have not always been like that. It took me a very long time to get to that level.
Because that's pretty dope. I still
a very long time to get to that level.
I still struggle with that to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm just, and I hate to pat myself on the back.
That's not a pat on your back.
I'm a good dude. I'm a nice guy. I'm a good dude. You know what I mean? So I've recently, maybe the last year and a half, and I still haven't been doing it as much as I should be. I say no. I couldn't say no before. I used to feel bad when I say no. And even sometimes
it bothers you saying no still.
Yeah, even sometimes now when I say no, it bothers me. But I go back and I think like, yo, damn, maybe you could have. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
you gotta stay firm on your nose,
trying
man.
to get to the point. Because if I even had to think about it to say no, at least for me, anybody that really, really knows me, like, you know what I'm saying? Number one, if I know you're fucked up for real, I'm not gonna. Like,
you know what I do?
I'm not, you know what I mean?
I say no off rip.
And niggas know that. But on some, if I have to tell you no, it had to be, there's a reason why. Because I'm not that dude to just, you dig what I'm saying? So there's a reason why.
People want answers immediately. So I give them the no, like, no.
I don't need to
then I hit you up like, I can fuck with that. I got you.
See,
but I give the no immediately. So like, yo,
I don't like to play those games. If I say no, it's no. And if
that's not a game. I don't feel like it's a game because if I really say if I'm no,
if you're gonna do it, don't tell the nigga no. Figure out what it is first, and then tell the nigga no. Don't tell the nigga no.
What? Right? You're true. Like, you know what, baby, I can, yeah. But because the niggas, we in the age of now, right? So I'm like, look, no, I'm not doing it.
I'm on some. Listen, if I can help you, I can. But if I helped you before and then you fucked me, I can't help you. And that's just how I am. You know what I mean?
How good at you lending money?
It all depends on what it's for and who. And
so you ask what the money's for?
No, but niggas normally tell me, or they'll.
So I called you like, let me say $500.
Let me rewind and say this again. If you called me and said you're spending me $500, I would give you $500. I think I know your character. We haven't been to that position before, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think you don't cross me as the type of person that I'm gonna have an issue getting my money back from. You know what I'm saying? You got a job, you work, and the fact that we never even had to have this conversation for you to even come and ask me, I obviously think you need it.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just how my brain works. Because I'm not coming to ask you for no fucking $500. How many other niggas I know besides you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're friends, but how many? You understand what I'm talking about?
No,
so for the fact that you had to come and ask me for $500, in my mind, you need that shit and niggas couldn't hold you down.
Okay.
So I'm not even gonna ask no questions. And you, how long I known you now? 3-4 years?
About that. About that.
Never asked me for nothing. So my nigga needs to learn. You got that. That's yours. You know what I'm talking about? But if I done held you down before, then you fuck me? No, I can't fuck with you, bro. And I'm the type of nigga, I tell niggas all the time, and I think that's why I gotta stop saying that shit, because I think niggas take that shit the wrong way. My mom's always say you don't lend what you can't afford to lose. That's so true. When I say that shit, and then I loan niggas shit, and then I guess niggas feel like they can just pay me back whenever. Because I loaned it, so I guess in their mind I can afford to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I guess I gotta stop saying that, but...
Do you give niggas a time frame? Like,
that's the part that fucks with me, because I don't.
Is it a time frame to give back money?
Niggas tell me, so that's what I hold you to. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, so like, spending more funds. I got you in
2 weeks.
Okay.
And I got you here.
So you hold them to the 2 weeks.
Because you could have told me 3 weeks.
Right.
I never asked you anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I never asked you anything. You came and hit me and said, let me hold this. You could have just said, let me hold this. And I would have left you alone. I would have let you hold it and you come and see me whenever you see me. But you said, let me hold this and I got you on this time. I'm clapping all crazy. So I'm looking at this time.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to say anything. I didn't ask you anything. I didn't ask you anything.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because I'm not out here willy-nilly and I don't want this to sound like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not out here.
He got it.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't got it. If I had it, we wouldn't be in the basement. We'd be recording live in the Shed studio. So don't let this nigga fool you.
Your TM's about to pop. Hey, don't let 500 real quick.
Don't let this nigga fool you.
I got you in 2020. Like, nah, I want that shit tomorrow.
We'd be in the Shed studio right now.
That shit's hilarious.
Renovated live if I had it. But nah, that's the shit I be on, like, cause
it's harder for me to lend money.
I'm not good, bro. And like I said, it depends on who it is. I'm not just lending anybody no bread, bro. Nigga, you don't have a job. You don't have a job. You're not hustling. You're not doing nothing. And you come ask me to borrow money. When and how?
Am I going to see this again? Right.
So no.
So basically, I'm giving you money.
Exactly. So if I don't have it to give you, no, I can't lend you any money.
I hear you.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, if it's a different situation, this nigga works all the time. He must be on hustle. I don't want to know your business. I know what niggas tell. I don't be, bro. Sometimes shit happens and you don't even want niggas to know what the fuck you're going through. You just need help.
Yeah.
I get it. I've been there. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't ask niggas no questions, bro.
Okay.
And I'm not just willy-nilly lending no. It's my peoples that can get bread for me, bro.
Yeah.
You already know how I give it up, my nigga.
Absolutely.
If I'm on my shit and we out having a good time, we're all gonna be out and have a good time. But I don't just give niggas money.
Right.
I don't just loan niggas money. No. Right. Has to be, you know what I'm talking about? We have to have some type of relationship, some type of.
I get like if the bill come, you got it. If I tell you I don't got it.
Yeah, that's regular degular bullshit because I would go take a little joint out and so, you know what I'm talking about? I would go take a little joint out and spend that bread. I can't, my nigga, I can't, fuck you mean? That ain't about nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I was talking about some, I need to hold something. You want to have to talk about something, or you want to have to, you know what I'm talking about? Like, and I had a meme that I posted before. We all broke our rules for people before, because I have rules, and I broke my rules for certain people before. We've all broke our rules for people before.
Broke all rules.
You know what I mean? Because I'm on some, if you owe me money, you can't borrow money from me. How does that even make sense, right? How does that even make sense?
You money, you still owe me money.
You still owe me. But it's certain niggas that I break my rule for because I already know the fact because, like I said, you already know me and you already know how we get down. And not just you. I'm talking in general now. You niggas already know me. You already know how I get down. So the fact that you owe me bread and you can even fix your face
to ask
me for more, you already know what it was for me to give it to you.
Right.
Unless you my A1 day one, and it's like, oh my nigga, my nigga was on the couple other niggas like him, not a lot, but a few other where it's like, you know what I mean? Because that's a different relationship, a different type of situation. But you can't owe me bread and then come try to borrow more bread from me. Like, are you?
That's crazy.
You crazy?
That is crazy.
But then there's certain niggas that I broke that rule for. You know what I mean? Thankfully,
maybe the rule just doesn't apply to them. It's not really breaking the rule, quote unquote.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't even apply. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because it would be breaking the rule if you knew that you about to notice.
You know you about to lose.
That you about to catch another L. But if you know that that your man is really effed up in the game, like, yo, bro, I thought that was enough. Can I get some more? Like, when you got the jam, you know what it is. And it's never spoke about it again.
My nigga can't, bro. You will never hear me. Let me rephrase this. I mean, that's still the right way to say it, but the only way you will ever hear about me doing something for somebody is if they told you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm never that dude. Whatever we did between me and you is between me and you. Yeah. If you decided you wanted to tell somebody, that's cool. And sometimes I don't even like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I had somebody before, they needed to hold a couple dollars, and they're like, yeah, this thing about to let me hold, da-da-da. And I'm like, listen.
Who does that? Why?
That
doesn't make sense.
I'm telling you the story, so you know what happened.
That's hilarious. Like,
and it's like, yo,
but y'all with this Smizzy about to get
and
what?
And it came back to me on some, and I was like, yo, my nigga, listen. If you ever do some shit like that again, bro, I will not. I don't give a fuck what I said I was gonna give you. If you ever do some shit like that again, you're done.
But why?
That was my whole thing. Why? I don't like shit like that.
Why would you fix your face and tell someone?
I don't like shit like that.
I feel embarrassed asking someone to loan me something. I feel embarrassed. So for me to go like shouting it out, that's crazy.
Yeah. It was crazy, and I hate this nigga Schmiz, and I got the call like, yo, let me hold something. This is my man just
being funny, yeah.
Yo, let me hold something. Yo, what are you talking about? This nigga just I'm like, copy, cool.
Who does that?
People.
That's craziness.
People do that. But
that's fucking hilarious. I don't want to know I'm in a jam, bro. I barely want you to know I'm in a jam. That's why,
that's why I came to you.
Be a quiet, like, yo, look.
That's why I came to you, because I didn't want nobody.
You be like, you gonna be like, oh, Keith, why you whispering? Shh. Like, that's how embarrassed I am. And then we're gonna go broadcast like, yo, guess what? Smith just loaned me the loan. Like,
I was like,
pardon me? How was that even conversation? You know what I'm saying? How does that even come up in a conversation against two men? Like, I don't know. Men are people are different.
So, as we
that's hilarious.
That's funny. As we grow and we progress, and I touched on it a little bit before, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Sometimes your friends, they hit you with the you changed, and you're not the same, and what happened to the old, and this, that, and the third. Right. And my whole thing with that is there's nothing wrong with reminiscing and going back and talking about and reliving your glory days. That's cool.
Copy.
We all do that, but we're not still supposed to be living our glory days. No. Like, you know what I mean?
No. You gotta hang that up, Al Bundy.
Like, you know what I mean?
You can't talk about that one play forever, nigga. It was one play. That's it. Like you can't live.
Who said that?
You can't live that forever, yo.
One of these niggas, I don't want to. Let me shut up because I don't want to say the wrong person. But niggas like, you don't get points off of old plays, bro. And niggas are still out here trying to live off of what they did before. Like, this is now. This is now. This is now. You can't talk about what you. It was Mano. You can't talk about Mano. You can't talk about
shout out to Mano. Shout out to Brooklyn.
Back in the day and expect to get points off of that shit. Right. Yeah, okay, cool. You did that back in the day, but what are you doing now? Yeah. What are you doing now? So that's that whole.
How do you feel about when niggas say you like, yo, Smith, you changed? Like, does that bother you?
Every now and again it does but for the most part it doesn't. Because, like I said, I went through so many different phases and changes in my life trying to fit in and trying to find myself. You understand what I'm saying? So, one of my old heads, he kind of explained to me, and what I took from it is every stage that you went through, that you stayed in longer than a little bit, is actually a part of you. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have kept fucking with that shit. We don't stay in uncomfortable situations. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. It does.
Like, he broke it down to me like that. So, you might not have been a robber, but it didn't fuck with you but so much because you was still there and you was still fucking around. You know what I mean? You might not have been, but you still dipped and dabbled. So, a piece of you was in that for you to be able to dip and dabble. Because if that wasn't you, you know niggas, that's not me. And you've been in situations where it was, that's not me. And you just left. So for you to, that might not have been you, but that, am I making sense?
No, I make perfect sense.
All right, so.
You know what, for me, it only bothers me when I feel like, when you say that to me, and I feel like you've changed as well. And I feel like I appreciated your growth. Why don't appreciate mine?
That's what I'm saying. We're all supposed to change. So.
Right. So I didn't come for you like, oh, no. So
even if we split all the way apart.
Right. I expected you to change. I expected you to grow from me.
But now, the part that I don't feel like, now if you just straight switch sides and you're just a totally, and because I don't want to sound like a fucking asshole, because you can be a totally different person. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't forget.
And you cannot not fuck with the niggas you used to fuck with.
Absolutely.
You cannot not do that anymore.
You can't forget where you came from, and you can't forget what you used to be.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying? I hear that. You can't be that nigga casting judgment on this nigga.
Folks do that. Folks do that.
You can't do that.
Folks do
and
it.
I don't fuck with niggas that do that. Okay. And I don't do that.
Okay.
I refuse to do that. Because that's super corny. Yeah. You used to do that. Yeah, that shit's fucked up. You understand this fucked up now. You understand
right, but you was here with me when we was doing this shit.
You used to do that.
Copy.
You know what I'm saying? How are you going to look down on and be trying to chastise and I can't do that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I can't. And that's how sometimes I box myself out of good situations and opportunities because I can't do that, bro. Yeah. I can't. I used to do that. And I didn't even have to. And that's the part where I really can't do that to these niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to do that and I didn't even have to. So imagine a nigga that was actually doing that so he could fucking eat. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah. And how am I gonna fucking judge it? Yeah. I can't. Yeah. I can't. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm rolling. It's one of those where it's like, I don't have a judgmental bone in my body, first of all. Like, I just don't know how to judge someone. I just can't do that. That's something that I wouldn't do. So when someone has the nerve to judge me, I gotta understand where your premise is and where you're coming from. Like, why? Why? Like, why?
Why?
Like,
what's wrong?
What did I do to make you feel?
9 out of 10 times, it's not even nothing that you did.
Right.
It's everybody's dealing with
but you know what it turns into?
Internal battles.
But it turns into the shit you just said. Oh, he judges us. I've never said a word to you or about you. You did that. You created that.
You thought that
and created that. So then I become that person.
Everything is mental. Everything starts in your brain. I could think, you think I'm an asshole? So
So I'm
gonna move like an asshole.
Like you think I'm an asshole. Right. And you could think I'm the coolest nigga in the world. I just read your vibe wrong. And now I'm out here looking and acting like an asshole because I think you thinking I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
And that's the world we fucking live in. One bad fucking interaction. And it doesn't even have to be.
That's all it takes.
It doesn't even have to be a bad interaction. Right? That's what they say, judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
You see a female dressed and you think she's easy. She's the smartest, motherfucking most intelligent, black power. She's just free. She doesn't feel like she needs to.
Right.
But you looked at her and you thought that. You approached her this way and you're in that situation now.
Right.
Looking like a fucking asshole.
Right.
Because she just owned your shit. Because she's that female.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I'm rolling.
And let's not even talk about females. Let's talk about niggas now. Because I went through this a lot growing up. I didn't have the dreads. I had the braids. And I was real skinny and the corny nigga with the glasses and the braids. You think you about to run down on me, you turn around and I pull the whammy out on you. Judging the book by the... You know what I mean? Yeah. And this is what... Why do we do this? And we're all guilty of it. And not to those extents. Those were the extra extents. You know what I'm saying? That was just to highlight what I'm saying. But we do this every day.
But 95... to me,
do we do this
95% of it is insecurity of yourself. It's self-insecurity. It's like It's you playing with the mindset of like he thinks he's better than me or I think I'm better than him.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So you played that. So you're tug of warring with that game. So when dudes saw you dress glasses, oh, he's a pussy. I'm gonna try him.
A little soft corny
right?
Nigga,
So I'm gonna try him because my mind says I got power over. Then it's the other way you look at it. Oh, this nigga, he's smarter than us. Oh, I see. Oh, he doing this better than us. Oh, he don't fuck with us. He think we not good enough. They created that.
One person actually. It was so funny. I had called in a room, the HR joint.
Okay, let's talk about it. HR is always a good talking.
And one of the workers, not in my department, but one of the workers said that they felt like I was talking down to them because I was using too many big words. Why do you not? That's what I got called into HR for. Nigga said he felt like I was talking down to him because I was using too many big words.
What?
Yeah.
So what was HR going to do with that?
No, HR was in there gigging.
Oh, they thought she was funny.
And telling me, because they have to tell me they filed a complaint.
Oh, nigga,
so they have to tell me.
Copy, yeah.
You know what I mean? So on the record, they told me what it was, and then off the record, we're in there fucking gigging and laughing. Like,
that's crazy.
But yeah, no, that was a real thing. People think that you're smarter than them, and they feel a kind of way. I don't feel like.
So he probably walked in and thought you was dumb. Probably. You hit him with some knowledge. He was like, "Oh, this nigga think he better than me now." Like he walked up the whole perception.
I don't even know because they can't tell you who said it. And I don't know who. Because it was nobody in my department. I already know that for a fact. Like you know what I'm saying? Because everybody I work with is smart. Not saying that people in the job is stupid or anything like that, but nobody in my department would make it. And I have a 4 fucking person department. I'm cool with everybody in my department.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
that's crazy.
So there's somebody downstairs in the lab. I used to go down to the lab a lot and I used to interact with a lot of people, but if I see such and such, I interact with everybody on this level that I fuck with niggas. So if we on some hey, and if we on some da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know why whoever the fuck I spoke to that day felt a kind of way and they decided to go to HR and I was sitting there the whole time trying to think, like, what big words do I use at work? Like, I'm sitting down right now trying to go through my vocabulary. Like,
I mean, you talk down to me once in a while, but I'm alright with it. I'm not gonna go to HR about it. Like, I mean, I get it. It's fine.
I'm like, yo, what big words do I use? I'm a college dropout, bro. Like, stop it. My sister gets mad when I say that.
Who said that?
My sister gets mad when I say that.
But I'm a college dropout too.
I tell niggas that shit all the time. Like,
this is fact.
She's like,
and I did 3 years of college at that.
Stop saying that, cause you're not stupid. I said I never said I was stupid.
It doesn't mean you're stupid. It means circumstances happened. You had to get out.
Like, but
I had a kid. You got kicked out. I mean, you know. I mean, shit happens.
Niggas don't even know. I went from a point. I don't even remember what, but for you to have a point something GPA, not even a 1 point. I had a point. It was like a 0.8 or some shit like that GPA. Whoa. And I went from a 0.8 GPA to a goddamn 3.5 GPA. Then I got kicked out for fucking selling weed because my goddamn roommate.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because you really don't have the proof that he snitched on you.
No, he did snitch on me.
You don't have the proof that he snitched on you.
I allegedly got kicked out for selling weed. That's what I was saying there allegedly for. Not the roommate. Yes, I can prove that.
Prove it.
Man, listen.
Show me how you...
Nigga, you ain't the judge. I'm going to show that to you, bro. Fuck out of here. But allegedly,
that he snitched on you.
College
because he could have been outside.
And I tried again, though. I did try again, but school just wasn't for me, man. But like I was just saying, I just threw all those numbers out just to show nigga I'm not stupid. Like I just was at school just not doing nothing. Like
I'm not giving my GPA.
My whole first semester I did. Like I won't say obviously if I had a point something, I never went to class. My whole first I did nothing. I went to V-State and I was just on campus running around, fucking selling weed, allegedly selling weed,
a
bunch of dumb shit, just
because you can't
just having a great time doing a bunch of nothing. And
where was the school at?
Like we stayed at Petersburg, Virginia. I went to Virginia State.
Okay.
And then my parents, they got my report card and my bail, and they're like, yeah, no, we ain't send you to school to be doing this bullshit and da 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 da. And I had a lawsuit from middle school, so I had some bread. They're like, if that's what you went there to do, yeah, we ain't spend our money for that. So I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not about to spend no bread for this shit. So I started hitting the books and like, I've never been stupid. I just wasn't doing nothing. I went from a point something to a 3.5 and then my roommate dimed me out.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly.
You have no proof that he did that.
My roommate dimed me out and it was 2 weeks before school was out. We was just starting finals and it was crazy.
And allegedly.
And that was the end of my career at Virginia State.
But somehow he ended up in Clark.
When I came back, that was like a year and a half later. I came back home. And I said, let me give this school shit another try. I went to WBI, little community college.
What is WBI?
Westchester Business Institute.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because I was going to school for business management and shit. So I went to WBI and I did that shit for like a semester and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm cutting. And that was the end of my college career.
Yeah, I went to City Tech for like 3 years. Changed my major twice. I was like, all right. Typos cost a lot of money. I need a real job. I was out.
Yeah. After I came back from Atlanta, man, shout out to my nigga Jay Blast. That's my brother.
Jay Bloodass was popping, bro.
I came back from Atlanta. That nigga introduced me to the utility locating. I was like maybe 23. In my first year, I was making 40. By my second year, I was making 45. My third year, I was making 50. And if I wasn't being lazy, because niggas that I was working with was making 60 and 70. But I would get my little 50. I was cool with 50, nigga. I was 24, 25, no kids, no fucking responsibilities, no nothing, making fucking 50.
It took me to be 100 years old enough to do that.
It was love. He put me onto that field, that profession. But that's why I say all the time now, like go back to what we were saying before, because we went on a tangent. I don't even know how the fuck we got over here, but when I say I can't take compliments and shit, like, that's the shit I was doing back then. Like, I'm supposed to be doing what the fuck I'm doing now, plus more.
Right.
So when people are like, yo, you doing good, and I wasted so many years, like, you know what I'm saying?
I was so complacent for so many years,
I sat down and made no money for years, and I sat down and made money for years and blew that shit. Like, I've always, besides when I had to eat that big ass slice of humble pie and I went to the slave ship, I call it the slave ship, but it was industrial restaurant factory, and we had to wrap the pallets before they load trucks and all of that. Da da da. I got there right before I was turning 30, and I was working for like $10 an hour wrapping pallets, about to turn 30. And I just was kicking myself in the ass. And I'm just like, that's the biggest slice of humble pie I ever had to eat in my life, because my very first job ever, Line 1 Telemarketing in New Rochelle, 2525 Palmer Avenue, I was making $10.50 an hour. 16. And here I am, about to be 30, wrapping pallets for $10 an hour. Biggest slice of humble pie I ever ate in my life. I'm about to turn 35 now in December. You see where I am at now. So you see where I've been from then to now.
We all know. So in closing, change is possible.
It's possible.
So
It's like,
don't search my motherfucking tweets and wonder, like, you know what I mean, like.
It's all about respecting the change. Yes,
respecting my change, bro.
But it's all about respecting the change. Like, we have to start respecting people's change. We have to give people the fucking benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things, like, but we have to all look at ourselves first, and we have to break down the fucking barriers of confusion and, air quotes, hatred, so that we can give people opportunities and second chances, because everybody is not what they was before.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Everybody's not what they was before.
Yeah, we not, man. We've all changed,
and like I
man.
say, I always sit down. Oh, that shit is over. Both of them shits just ended.
Yeah, they both our lives just ended. Shout out to everybody that was on live with us.
That's a fact. Appreciate y'all niggas tuning in, B.
You know what it is, man? It's With the Shits podcast. You hear them, you see it on the band, you see it on the merch. There's merch.
Yeah, check out the merch, man. I don't know if y'all been to the merch joint yet, but check out the merch. And
like he says, it will be at the bottom of the screen.
It will be. And anybody that don't like doing that fucking internet shit, I don't know. I don't think we got any dinosaurs on here, but I guess niggas is lazy that like to pop up. We will have a couple pieces. Is that just still recording?
Yeah. We live, bro.
We will have a couple pieces on deck, so just holler at niggas and let them know.
Copy.
And pick them up and see what it is. But,
all right, man. Well, let them know who you are.
Smizzy-Teddy.
Teddy Ruggs with the Shits Podcast. You know where to find us on Instagram at With the Shits Podcast, on Twitter at With the Shits Pod, YouTube at With the Shits Podcast. Please subscribe, like, comment on our shit. I'm Teddy Ruggs.
Yo, check this out too, Teddy. I'm sorry, like I always do.
You always cut me off. I mean, I'll never get the last word.
Never, like.
Yeah, nah, fuck with you.
Y'all enjoyed the episode with Dubs. We always were talking about having guests, so we plan on having guests once a month, top of the month, man. Anybody interested?
Word, hit the DM.
Coming onto the podcast, man. Let us know. You want to jump on? Let us know what y'all interested in talking about.
Word, cop.
You know what I mean? If everything's feasible, like I said, it's going to be one episode with a guest every month, top of the month. So if we don't get you during the month that you DM us, that doesn't mean that we're not interested.
Right.
Everything just needs to be feasible, and everything needs to flow and work the way it needs to work. So, I mean, chime in. Let us know if you want to be a guest. If y'all even just have any topics or anything that y'all want us to talk about. Because as you see, we'll touch on anything. We touch on anything. We really just be kicking it, man. And that's all it is. It's just real life talk, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, sure. Man.
Thank you, man.
It's Teddy Rocks. It's Smizzy-Teddy. It's With the Shits Podcast.
Episode 9. Peace, man. Yeah, word up.